for today's cup of coffee,
I'm about to beat a damn stink bug.
we have discussed the unfairness that it is 20-some degrees outside, and Kit has to sit here armed with one of the old-style fly smackers to prevent a stink bug from landing on him. How is it those damn things can live through the winter? I mean, really?
They can't. They come into the house and live.
Hey. Anyhow, they're a menace on society. Mm-hmm. We have a really interesting topic today, which was suggested by my mother. Me midder. Me midder. And so she had seen this on something, and so I did the research on this one. And it's about a Rougarou. Now, this is a Cajun cryptid.
Rougarou.
So, you know, and this is a culture, I think a lot of us are aware of the Cajun culture, but as far as totally studying it and stuff, I guess, what was it where they caught the alligators? Do you remember the show?
Yeah.
I think that has been one of the...
I don't remember the name of the show.
You know, that was a good introduction into the Cajun culture and stuff. Mm. It was a fascinating show.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the name of it was right now, but...
I don't remember the name of it either, I'm sorry.
But it was a good show. We watched that quite frequently. But this comes from the website CrypttoVille.
Cryptozoologyville.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the article is by Susan McNally and was written April the 1st of 2014. Link will be in the description box. And it's entitled, What is a Rougarou Exactly?
What the fuck? Yeah, what is it?
And it's a confusion is what it is.
It's confusion.
There's multiple ways to spell Rougarou. There's several different ways.
R-U-G-U.
No.
Or R-O-O-G-O-O.
No.
Rougarou.
No, there's lots of them.
Wait, I fucked up my own spelling. Hold up.
Yeah.
Rougarou.
So they can go to the link and look at all the different ways to spell it, because I'm not going to sit here and spell out
Rougarou.
6 different types of Rougarou.
R-U.
Oh, just quit. Just quit. While you're ahead, quit.
Fine.
Anyhow, what this is a werewolf-type creature that is lives in folklore, she says, in the Cajun French part of Louisiana. And it says the story was born in France in medieval times and was supposedly used to keep children in line and out of the woods. Now, one of these, I think some of these creatures and curses and stuff actually were. So, it says later in the 16th century version, people viewed the phenomenon of the Rougarou as a genetic disorder rather than something that you could catch from somebody else or by being cursed by a witch.
Mm.
It's like...
That's fucked up.
People don't have the coof. They've got the Rougarou. That's what it is.
The fucking...
It is. Now we know. And according to the genetic version, a person's life would be normal until whatever happened to trigger the condition turned on. So it must be like one of those recessive gene type things.
Must be.
Then the person's body would enlarge and they would develop a craving for raw meat.
Oh my God.
And in order to complete the final transformation, the person / Rougarou had to take a bite of human flesh. Give me that fly smacker before I smack you with it.
It's not even me making sound. It's the fact that you cannot control your ADHD by taking your medication.
Make that much racket with a fly swat?
What racket?
Oh my God. Anyhow.
There? Seriously.
Last night was a no-sleep night for whatever reason. It was the worst night trying to sleep that I had had in years. So my nerves bit a little bit shot and frayed, and you making it worse. Okay.
What is annoying to the other?
Anyhow.
It's not annoying the most.
Okay, as the French settled in Quebec, in Canada, and later in Louisiana, of course the story of these creatures came with them, and the story mutated. Did the story mutate, or did the creature mutate?
The creature.
It says, in modern times throughout Cajun, Louisiana, the beast has developed several consistent characteristics. It's described as standing between 7 and 8 feet tall, has horrible sharp teeth, and glowing red eyes. And it becomes animal form on the night of a full moon, and it could be anyone. So let's spread paranoia amongst the community.
Yeah.
We've got that going on today. I'm telling you, everybody's got a case of the Rougarous. And, of course, with the storms and flooding in Louisiana over the recent years, the beast finally made its way into the city of New Orleans because there were city residents that claimed that they had heard terrifying growls at night. I wonder if that was during Mardi Gras. Professor Barry Jean Ancelet, who is an expert in Cajun folklore at the University of Louisiana, also added that it has the body of a man and the head of a wolf/dog. Now, there have been quite a few of these dog man stories recently, hasn't there?
Yes, I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. That was, and I'm wondering, is that a separate thing, or is that the new term for werewolf?
That has to be another term for werewolf.
I don't know. I think some of these are just blended together. And it says that the tale was not only to keep children in line, but it was also used as a way to keep Catholics in line. And that there was a story that said that if they didn't observe the strict rules of Lent for 7 years in a row, then they would automatically turn into a Rougarou.
So a Rougarou is just dumb.
I don't know. Professor Ancelet mentioned that...
Well, damn, we're surrounded.
I'm telling you, it's an outbreak of the Rougarou. Professor Ancelet mentioned that sometimes a person became a Rougarou voluntarily, while at other times the person was cursed. It says another source claims that the eyes must be avoided because if you look into them, the curse is passed on to you. So you've got to have a downcast gaze all the time. And a glaze.
Perfect for me. Never make eye contact with most people.
It says, yet another version of the legend states that the person is under the spell of the Rougarou for 101 days. And if and when the Rougarou draws the blood of its next victim, the curse transfers to that victim and the current person is released from the curse.
Yeah.
So you spread it to somebody else. You're released from it as soon as you spread it to somebody else.
It's those chain emails.
God, it is a chain mail.
Chain mail, dude.
Oh my God, those things were horrible. Whoever started those things needed to be bitch slapped severely.
Right.
Other versions describe the Rougarou as a type of headless horseman, resulting from the curse of a witch. Okay, in that scenario, only a witch can make a Rougarou by either turning into a wolf herself or cursing others with lycanthropy. Okay.
All right.
And of course, we go to this. The people that were the Let's try it again. The people that were the outcast in the community or somewhat eccentric, that would be us.
Apparent.
That they would often become subjects, they would be suspected as being the Rougarou.
Well, shit. We're doomed.
Now, it says that, and I'm not sure about this, but this is how this lady wrote the article. She says that the Native Americans, of course, had a legend of a creature called the Wendigo. And we actually did discuss the Wendigo. It's been a considerable amount of time, but we did go into that. And the story goes that these beasts had been human at one time, but when they had resorted to cannibalism, then they transformed into the Wendigo. And it says that over time, the Indian tribes developed their own story of the Rougarou through oral tradition, whose characteristics ranged from a Bigfoot-type creature all the way to the traditional Wendigo.
Well, shit. I've heard that you're not even supposed to say the Wendy Boy's name.
Well, that was another one that you can see how that could have bled, one legend bled into the other, as far as you're not supposed to look it in the eyes, are you?
No.
Any wild animal.
If you see it, no, you don't.
Any.
You turn around and mind your own damn business. You go right on.
Any wild animal, it's not a good thing, especially if they're bigger than you are, to stare them down, because that's not how animals work. It says that author Peter Matheson notes that the Rougarou is seen as sacred and in tune with Mother Earth, somewhat like Bigfoot. Well, if he's going around eating people
that's not
and
like
scaring
Bigfoot.
off the Catholics, that ain't Bigfoot.
No.
And
Bigfoot's just dumb.
And they claim
He's
that
just big and dumb.
That the Rougarou has different abilities. One of them, shape-shifting, superhuman strength, speed, and flesh-eating. Now, how is that an ability exactly?
Everybody can flesh eat. How the fuck?
I don't know.
That's not an ability
it's
whatsoever.
Not, well, I guess that means that it doesn't have just totally flat teeth. That's what happens.
So it's a fucking omnivore?
Yes.
No shit.
Well,
that's not an ability.
I don't think it's an ability, but they say it also has these weaknesses. One of them was fire, and some say that, of course, it can be
have a weakness of fire.
Through fire. Decapitation.
That's most things.
Many feel that decapitation is the only way to get rid of them. And then the last one was severe destruction of the body. And they say that they wanted to mutilate their bodies so that there's no chance for the Rougarou to come back. That's not, I'm like you, that's not a weakness. That's a way to destroy the damn thing.
Yeah.
So
whoever wrote this don't know their head from.
Well, this is her website.
Don't know from their head.
This is their website, and this could have been done in a page and a half. They should have gotten. Hell, Brent Schweitzer could have done better than that. All right, it says in the past, people tried to avoid encountering a Rougarou altogether. No shit.
Nobody knows what a Rougarou is. That's why they don't encounter it.
It says that men would place some kind of unspecified leaf in their wallets to ward it off, while the women's would paint a hexagon in the center of their floor and say prayers to keep the Rougarou away.
This is made
now,
up.
I'm just wondering, as far
hexagon?
Exactly. That's what I'm like.
They pulled this straight out of their ass like it was one of those clown ropes.
Now, there was a difference between a pentagram and a pentacle, folks. There really
But
is.
it was neither.
It was neither. All right, Professor Pettigrew. Professor Perrin says that the Rougarou plays a similar role to the boogeyman in other cultures.
Nobody knew of the Rougarou.
And that the people of Louisiana want to hold on to the story, but people with an education don't want others to think they're crazy. The Rougarou plays
You know who's crazy is the people who believe in this.
No. Plays as significant a role in continuing the Cajun culture as crawfish boils do, end quote. Well, I can understand that because everybody has got local, regional, and family myths and legends, or most people do. And these are things that you don't discuss.
We got drunks and druggies.
Yeah. That's not a legend. That's not a myth. That's a sad reality. So anyhow, but we don't try not to talk about that outside of the area either, don't we?
We try to pretend. Oh, you live over there? No, we don't.
There was somebody.
We don't know who. We don't know her. So,
somebody.
Our town. We don't know her.
During the live stream last night, they're like, "Isn't meth the same thing as Adderall?" And I'm like, "No, it is not." It is. And God love him, whoever he was that didn't know that there was a difference on that. But again, this could have been somebody that was from a different country.
Adderall is an ADHD medication, doesn't
it? It can be. But people people can misuse that horribly. This is why I take Strattera. You can't abuse the Strattera.
Ketamine.
That's a thought. I actually was going to go into ketamine trials at one point. I was. Anyhow,
horse tranquilizer. I think. All right.
That was angel dust. Anyhow,
gotta be happy. Happy. Keep that energy.
There's even more versions of this story. And it says Daryl Holmes.
I don't know if I can take any more because of this lady.
Yeah, you can.
This lady, no.
I have highly edited this. Daryl Holmes.
If this is highly editing, oh my God.
Yes.
What was wrong with her?
It went on for 6 pages.
Nobody's.
11 point, 1.5 spacing. Yeah. Yeah.
Only you would sit there and read the whole damn thing.
I did. That's how I edited it. Daryl Holmes, a Nicholls State University assistant professor and folklore specialist, said that there were some southern Louisiana tales that concern other were creatures, which included were cows and even a were crane. And this, then going back to Professor Anslet, he said that there were were owls.
Were owls, my ass.
Those are probably the ones that had been plaguing the other people. They weren't just owls, they were were owls.
Yeah. Oh my. This person's pulling this shit straight out of their ass.
And then you got Glenn.
It's straight out of the ether.
Glenn Petrie had said that there was a tale of a were pig around Grand Island, as well as stories of a Bigfoot style.
That was from Invader Zim.
I think it was
the were piggies and the vampire piggies.
It was.
Yes.
That was a spider pig thing. Maybe it was just the were pig.
Spider pig is from Simpsons.
Yes, I understand that. Maybe the were pig doesn't have to have Homer hold him up to the ceiling.
Maybe.
Madge should have taken a baseball bat to him on that.
Large.
Whatever. And so the author of this, my God, after reading all this shit, everybody's confused now.
Yeah, it's shit.
Anyhow, the author of this thinks that the Rougarou is a myth amongst the Cajun peoples.
I wonder why.
And that actually it is Bigfoot that is roaming through the swamps and the bayous.
Yes.
And there's actually, there was a Kolchak the Night Stalker, which I loved. I grew up on that.
It's a good show.
And that they had one that was about a swamp creature. It was called Paramorphe. And it was covered in moss. Spanish moss and stuff like that. And it was more aggressive in the show, but I have heard of other swamp creatures, not the Rougarou, that are there in the bayous. My mother was the one that told me about the Rougarou. That's one of those I think I would have probably passed by.
Yeah.
Except that, the paranoia we know now that as far as if you think that they're contagious, they've caught the Rougarou. So just be careful.
They've caught the Rougarou.
Don't look them in the eyes. Oh my God. This one has blown kids' mind. It really has.
It didn't blow my mind. It's just like, they're fucking stupid.
They don't
know how to write.
Well, I think, yes, I don't think that the writing style was quite what it should have been. 6 pages worth of something
that condensed down into a 2-page thing.
Exactly, which is what I tried to do while orating it. And so, I don't know. The legend is interesting from what my take on it. It's just one of those regional legends. We've got some regional legends and stuff here as far as the different ghost stories and things that we have.
But are they wrote down?
I think some of them actually are. I'm trying to think of some books right now. There are some books that are available that are about our region and the history, and it may very well go into some of the ghost stories.
Okay.
Some of them I would love to discuss, but, with the algorithms and stuff now, and that part of the heritage of our area is being denied and maligned and everything else. And, well, that's Appalachian culture in each and every way.
Yep, pretty much.
And if you talk about certain battles and different things like that, and if you have understanding of other history than the accepted spiel that's been put on it since the carpetbaggers came through, yeah.
Yep.
So the Rougarou. You too could be a Rougarou.
Yeah.
I don't think the kid was impressed with this one.
I know.
That's all right, because we've got some of the more hardcore stuff coming up. Eventually.
Okay.
Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise.
We'll see. We'll upload it eventually. If there's ever a day that we don't go uploading, something has happened.
Oh yeah, that would have to be something horrible. Because I've been doing this for a minute.
Or she's sick.
I've actually had you. That's been very rare, but I actually in the past have had you to do a little video for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish you had thrown that cat out. I really tried to get you to throw that cat out before we started this. That's another distraction. It's horrible.
I thought he ran out.
No.
Because last I saw he
teleports. All cats teleport. You should know that.
Hilo doesn't teleport.
No, he doesn't.
Milo doesn't teleport.
Well,
he who sure as hell cannot teleport.
Oh my God. Anyhow, if you've had experiences with paranormal, supernatural encounters, UFOs, aliens, cryptids, if you are from Cajun culture or something like that, and please don't think that we're making fun of your culture in any way. It's just the writing style of this lady. God love her.
It ain't anything about their culture.
No.
It's the person who wrote it is what we're dissing.
Well, if somebody, that is Cajun that they would like to explain about the Rougarou, that would be awesome. If other people have local, regional, family, myths, legends, whatever, email us, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Don't look them in the eye.
If you see something, no, you don't. You turn right around. No, you don't.
You too could be a Rougarou.
Don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that little notification bell for our daily uploads. Yes.
Don't look them in the eye. Look at your neighbors. Question your neighbors. They may have caught the Rougarou. Bye.
They need a vaccine or something.